Good morning, Petunia Preschool. We hope you are doing good. What day of the week is it? Thursday. David looks a little exasperated. I'm a little exasperated.
Because you used, like, the other videos that we were making, you sounded so joyful.
I know. We had another, David's friend, Sam. Hi, Sam, if you ever watch these, calls David on Messenger, and it comes to my phone, and then it stops our video. So we have just been reading, we've been talking, and now we're starting over again. So I'm going to back up. Here we are. Okay, we are just reading. We know a little bit what's happened next in the Balloon Goons. But anyway, so what we were chit-chatting, what were we chit-chatting about? Nice weather and popsicles. Are you guys eating any popsicles? Have you made any homemade popsicles? Played in the sprinkler? It's going to be really nice. Planted any gardens?
Can I say something?
I went to,
Okay.
Petunia the other day, and I mowed the lawn, and I watered our flowers in our pots on the porch, and I watered the flowers by the front door with our little gnome in it, and I watered our gardens in the back. The mint, oh my gosh, you guys can't wait for us to get back to school. We have so much mint that you guys are going to need to eat. I need my little goats. And the chive bushes are huge without my little goats. You guys, my goats, munching on them.
Your goats.
They're my goats.
Am I your goat? Oh, I'm a big fat goat.
The strawberries were needing some love, so I gave them lots of water. I'm going to go do that. David, don't do that. I'm going to go do that again today or this evening, give them some more water. The artichoke plant is getting really big. I haven't been going to the store at all, so I haven't bought any seeds or anything for my garden or for the school garden. Usually we have our spring potluck, but we don't get to do that this year. Maybe we'll have to have a different kind of potluck later in the year when we're all back together again. But I think I'm gonna try to find some seeds, have Zach get some from New Seasons, and get some carrots planted at school. Hey, Dee, we put in some pumpkins.
Pumpkins?
Yeah, maybe. But I'll let you guys know, because the garden with the artichoke and the chives is just waiting for something to be planted in it, and the strawberries look very lonely in the middle. Usually we put our pumpkin plant in there and it can climb out. So the sandbox is also very lonely. It wants children to come play and bury and fill their shirts up with sand and your socks. And even though I usually say, don't put sand in your socks, it stretches them out. And then we find all these weird, long, stretched out socks in the grass. But I am missing your guys' stretched out, sand-filled socks, like big time missing all of you. So everybody give yourself a big hug. I can't wait to hug you and snuggle you. Bee, I can't wait to feed you whipped cream. I'm missing your little bee lips opening up for whipped cream. I'm missing all of you.
I'm missing who loved it.
All right, so I already took off this bookmark. Oh yeah, and in the last video before we got interrupted, I was saying that remember how we were talking about how my friend Kelly got me these bookmarks for my birthday? I want to say hi, Elliot. Elliot is Kelly's son. He's 4. Are you 4 now, Elliot? Is he 3 or 4? Oh my gosh. Elliot, how old are you? Are you 4 already?
How did sand?
It's probably, D.
Where did the sand come from?
David's frog just sprung a leak.
Somewhere. Where? That's sand.
Just scrub the floors. It's gonna be all over my floors. Anyway, Kelly's son is named Elliot, and he's been watching our videos. He just watched. Dee, will you leave it here so that it doesn't get any more sand?
What?
It's just what it's filled with, honey.
Yeah, we need to find that and
He watched Creepy Pair of Underwear yesterday. Listened to us read that. I don't know if he's gotten to the Balloon Goon books yet, but when he does, I'm gonna say hello, Elliot. All right, friends, let's read. So we started this week. So where we left off yesterday was when they were in the cafeteria Alexander had spilled milk on his pants, and there was that nice girl with the hoodie, and she was nice. So a lot of the other kids weren't very nice. And school got canceled because the school buses all had flat tires. So we know that anything that has air in it has been missing its air. So let's find out what happens next. Alexander watched his classmates head off in different directions. The hoodie girl was nowhere to be seen. Could she have slipped me that note, he wondered. On his walk home, Alexander saw one balloon goon, an orange cactus. A group of older kids walked right past it. The balloon danced around, but they didn't seem to notice. Was I really attacked by balloons this morning? Thought Alexander. Maybe the monsters in that weird notebook are getting to me. So Alexander's kind of thinking, like, am I going crazy? Am I imagining all this? Because remember, he just moved to this new town, and this was his first day of school. Alexander couldn't wait to look more at that notebook. He hurried the rest of the way to his new home, a small yellow house on the edge of town near Gobbler's Woods. I'm home, called Alexander. He kicked off his mismatched shoes. His dad was unpacking dishes. How'd it go? He asked. Okay. It was a different call, but that one didn't knock us off. Okay, Alexander said. Alexander ate dinner and got ready for bed. It felt good to wash up and change into clean pajamas. He climbed into his air mattress at last and brought out the notebook. What could SSMP stand for? So his book has SSMP. What could, I guess I didn't tilt this so you guys can see better.
Stupid.
What does, no thank you, SSMP stand for, he wondered. And these monsters, are they just some kind of kids' doodles? Or could they mean something? He read another entry. So remember we read about a rhinoceraptor? Oh, this one is funny. You guys should draw this today. It's called a forkupine instead of a porcupine. So instead of quills, look it's a bunch of little forks. A forkupine, a small metal rodent with a coat of tiny, sharp forks. Habitat. Remember what habitat is? What's the habitat, D?
It's like where they live. It's like bear's habitat is in a cave in the woods, or a fish's habitat, or a fish habitat.
In the water.
In the water, in a lake or something.
Yep. Good job. So the porcupine, its habitat says, most porcupines prefer dry climates, but the stainless steel porcupine can be found near rivers, lakes, or in the back of dishwashers. Clang, it says magnets will not work on porcupines. Diet, mostly pickles and olives. They'll eat steaks, but only if it's cut up into small bites. Behavior, the porcupine stays sharp by rubbing against a brick wall. Warning, never pet a porcupine. Instead, lure it to a plate of spaghetti. Porcupines love rolling around in noodles. This will give you time to sneak away. Fun fact, the porcupine is a distant cousin to the sporcupine, but the sporcupine's scoop attack is no match for the porcupine's jab. Okay, kiddo. Lights out. Alexander's dad peeked in the door. Big day tomorrow. I can't wait to see who comes to your party. Me neither, said Alexander. He faked a yawn and let his blanket fall into his backpack, still full of invitations. So he didn't give out the invitations, but the kid that wasn't very nice, he had seen the invitations, right? Right, Dee?
Yeah,
and he yelled out all the information. So I wonder... This says, so the next chapter is called Happy Birthday, but the happy is crossed out. Should we read, were you going to show something, Dee? Or should we read another chapter?
I was going to show something.
What were you going to show? Oh, yeah. We'll read another chapter tomorrow since we got a late start and David needs to get to his schoolwork. So let's put our bookmark here, pointing to, hold on, Dee, chapter 10. We'll read on Friday. Oh, and then we're going to have to wait the whole weekend to find out what happens next. All right, Dee, come over and show it. So last night, so my cat, Snoopy, has been stealing hair ties. from the bathroom. If I go in there, he goes into the bathroom after me and he jumps up on the counter and he grabs my hair ties. And I worry because I don't want him to eat the hair ties. I find he has eaten my hair ties before and he pukes them up, and I don't want him to get sick. So I asked David yesterday, I said, David, will you make a cat toy so that I can play with Snoopy? Because I was wearing this and I bent down to pet him and he grabbed it and he wanted it. And so I asked David, could you make some kind of cat toy on a string?
Here it is. So it's 2 hair ties that I've binded together and put strings. So you should probably bring that up and kind of try to show them.
So David, real quick before we go, wants to show you how Snoopy plays. Let's see, if you will.
That. Does it get stuck? He jumps at it sometimes. Like this.
Cruncher. He got it. He did that to me yesterday. He pulled it right off the end. Do you guys know what David made that out of? Can I see that top? Can I see the pull? He's not going to show me, but remember the pulls that we had at school in the jar? Those metal pulls that came from the shelf that broke? David saw them when we went over to school the other day, and he thought they were cool, and so he brought a couple home, and they came in useful. Do you guys want to see some flowers? Since I haven't been to the store, I've just been picking flowers from my yard. And this came from a big bush, and I've never cut them to bring them inside before. But I cut those yesterday. And the last of my tulips.
Oh my gosh, nobody's following me!
You gotta fix it. All right, guys, we're gonna start our schoolwork, and I will see you tomorrow. And we will find out what happens in the rest of the Balloon Goons. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Have you made any pictures of weird creatures like the porcupine and the rhinoceraptor? I'll have to think of my own creature. I'm not very good at that. You guys are good at that. David is good at that. I'm not very good at that. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Big hugs. Mandy misses you. I miss Mandy. And I miss all your faces. So I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and guys, Verla is having a birthday this Sunday. So if you have any birthday wishes for Verla, tell your grown-ups to email me so I can pass those birthday wishes along. Verla is going to be the big 3. Oh my goodness. We're going to have a big party to celebrate everybody's missed birthdays when we get back to school. We're just going to have like a week of parties, all kinds of parties, potlucks and dance parties and birthday parties, and it's just party. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy the sun, and I will see you tomorrow. Jesse and David downstairs fixing the cat toy. Signing out.